Now we're going to move on to part 2. So if we look back at our directions, it says post each entry to the customer accounts in the accounts receivable ledger. And then number 3 says post general ledger entries to the general ledger. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and do our posting. You will need to have page 8 and page 9 from your workbook. Okay. So we're going to start on November 2nd to post that $849 to the allowance of uncollectible accounts. What is my post reference number? G15, General Journal, page 15. Okay, now I have a debit to the allowance for uncollectible accounts, and I have a credit balance. What am I going to do here? Subtract. Good. What is my new balance? $4,109. And is that a debit or a credit? A credit, because my credit is larger than my debit. Okay, then I'm going to bring my account number 1130, and I'm going to put it into my post reference on my general journal. Okay, on the 3rd, we see that we have 2 different posts. We need to post to accounts receivable, so I'm going to do that first of a credit of $849. General Journal 15 again, and this time it is a credit of $849. I have a debit balance and I have a credit, so what am I going to do here? Subtract. What is my new balance? $49,000. I'm going to bring that account number 1125 to my post reference column. I have to write small there. Okay, and then I also need to post to Davidson Corp for a credit of $849. Notice that here it's January 9th, so I need to write in my new month. G15, right? Now what do I do here? I just draw a line through that debit balance. We no longer have a balance. Okay. Then I'm going to take that account number 110, bring it back to my general journal. Ooh, yes, sorry, that was my bad, I missed that. Thank you. Yes, we do need to write written off. Why do we put that? Good, so that we know that they didn't pay. Okay. If I would have just left it like that, it looks like they paid off their account. They did not pay their account. We just wrote off their account. Okay. Thank you, Morgan. Okay, our next one, we have another allowance on the 3rd. And this is a debit of $2,488. What is my new balance? So see how my balance and my allowance is decreasing? I had set aside at the beginning, I had set aside $4,958, and now I'm using that money to pay off those accounts. So I'm not going to have that leftover cash anymore. Okay. Then I need to do the accounts receivable debit, or credit, sorry. What is my new balance there? Then I need to credit JGF Industries. Again, make sure that you put in that you are writing this off, so it's written off. That's now a zero balance, line through the balance column. And take the account number 120 back to my general journal. On the 4th, I have another allowance credit or debit of $609. What is my new balance in my allowance for uncollectible accounts?
1,012.
I have accounts receivable credit. New balance.
42,202.
I'm going to credit Sansing Corp. or Company. Okay, now we have something different. On the 14th, accounts receivable. What are we doing here? Yep, we're debiting, but what were we doing in this one?
Oh, you received cash.
Before we received the cash, though, we had to do what? We had to reopen the account. Okay, so that's what I'm doing in this transaction here is I'm reopening the account. So I'm going to go to my accounts receivable and 14th. And this time I'm going to have a debit of $15.48. Okay, my new balance should be $47,750. Gonna take that account number. Now the second part is going to be different. This Lynchburg Company, okay? When I go back and I look at my accounts receivable ledger, I see that I had previously written that off on April 23rd. Okay, so I need to put, this is November 14th, right? I am reopening my account. So I'm going to write reopen account. Why do I have to put that I'm reopening this account? Why can't I just leave that off and debit it?
Weird. Yeah, before.
What would it look like if I did not write reopen account? It looks like they just bought more stuff. Okay, it looks like they bought more merchandise and charged it on account. And that's not the case here. We are reopening their account because they're paying it off. Okay? So their new balance is $15.48. I'm going to take the account number 130.
How'd they have a new balance? They just paid off what they had. Would it go on to nothing?
They haven't paid it off yet. We're still in the general journal. We just reopened their account. Okay, my allowance then, that money that we had taken out earlier, I'm going to put back in. That should be 2,560,000. Or 2,560, sorry.
It's supposed to be a 16.
Say what?
Yeah, it's a 16.
Oh, no, it's supposed to be the 14th.
Oh.
Thank you. General Journal, page 15. Okay, my last one from my General Journal. My accounts receivable, this is going to be the same type of thing. On the 29th, $2,488. My new balance then is $50,238. Going to bring that account number 1125. Okay, then that JGF Industries, I'm going to open that account again. So we had previously written it off on November 3rd. So on the 29th, we are reopening the account. So now our new balance of that account is $2,488. $120 we're going to bring back to our General Journal. And then we have the allowance that we're going to put back in on the 29th. I'm going to take my number 1130 and bring it back up. Okay, so now when I look at my General Journal, my post reference should be all filled in. I've posted all of those account numbers.